ఆ ఊహే ఎంతో భయపెడుతోంది కదా. స్పెన్సర్ సీబ్రూట్ నడిచాడు. ఈ ఫీట్ను ఫ్రీ సోలో వాక్ అంటారు. అంటే ఎటువంటి సేఫ్టీ లేకుండా చేయడం అన్నమాట.
Welcome back to TMZ Hollywood Sports. Van here. Vanderkwaak, we're about to get to something really, really crazy. This video of a guy named Spencer Seabrook. Yeah, he's doing something right there called solo slacklining. He set a world record. He slacklined something like 210 feet, 1,000 feet off of the ground. Man.
No safety line, nothing to keep him up there. If he falls off the rope, he's a goner. He's done.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Finally, out to break a world record, he had us break into a sweat. No harness, no net.
Well, a lot of people like to climb the Chief in Squamish, but not like this.
That's for sure. A Canadian daredevil has just set a new record with a death-defying stunt that won't be his last. That's Spencer Seabrook of Ontario, Canada, walking down the path straight for the cliff. Where most of us would stop, he's just getting started. At 26, he's been at this for years, practicing in the park, even in the kitchen.
I always try and grab onto the line. It's just good practice, right? What's the genesis of this? What makes you start this? How did you get into the slacklining? What was the first thing that kind of got you hooked on it?
I saw a video of the previous record holder about 3 years ago. I'd recently started rock climbing, and the two sports kind of, go hand in hand. And now 3 years later, I just broke the record that really inspired me to get started.
It's not hard to find people that are constantly talking about these great ideas they have, but rarely actually follow through with them. They share their plans easily, post inspirational Instagram quotes, and run the ear off of anyone willing to listen. So you can understand, when I first met Spencer slacklining in the park, that when he started sharing some of his crazy plans with me, I had a healthy skepticism of which ones he'd actually be able to pull off. Little did I know, in the coming weeks and months, I would follow him wide-eyed, camera in hand, filming him take a dinghy over a waterfall, wearing a Canadian flag as a cape. Or how about setting that new world record he had quietly talked about, with the only safety from error being his own 2 hands. The spotlight found Spencer. International recognition followed in the months after, and I caught myself wondering if the moments of fame had started to get to his head. So 2 years after flashy news headlines, televised interviews, and a few reality TV show pitches that came and went, I wanted to find out how much had actually changed. Was he still pouring concrete, living the van life and slacklining with his friends every spare minute he had? And more importantly, what projects was he talking about next?
It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be loud. This is our house. We do what we wanna. We'll blow the roof up. Everybody's coming. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get.
It's today that everything starts. It all begins. I got the call from Spencer that some friends were coming from Germany and he had some crazy projects planned for the summer, and I really didn't want to miss out.
Good morning, Spencer.
How are ya?
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm really stoked too. Brand new. We don't know if it floats. We know that it resembles a floating dock. We're gonna take it apart right now and then reassemble it at the Brom Lake parking lot. But basically it's gonna keep our space line up in the middle, because when we did it before, you'd be in the water by the time you got to the middle. So this way it'll be, you can go from all sides and it's gonna be rad.
As Spencer's project ideas continue to get bigger and crazier, The amount of logistics, planning, and gear necessary to pull it off increases as well.
Cause it got me tangled up.
The Germans are coming.
What I gotta do to make you give a little of me. Cause I need it, I want it. Give me just a little of your loving. A train coming, I would jump on it. Wanna go fast, baby, know I come running. Cause I need it. You got
Everyone's stoked to come into town for like this gathering of highliners and rad people. And we figure starting it off at Brom Lake is just going to be amazing, you know, having fun in the sun and water lining and just, yeah, good fun.
One of the main achievements Spencer in the last couple months or even years probably made here, especially in Vancouver, that he made the sport like a thing here. The stoke is super high and there is definitely a community growing.
August has become kind of a special month for slacklining in British Columbia. This kind of gathering occurs where people from around the country and even around the world come to Squamish to participate in whatever projects are going on. It's not formal, it's not official, and there's no event page. But if you know what's going down, you're going to be there.
What I love most about Highline gatherings isn't exactly the Highlines. Like that's great, but really the community and all my friends that I get to see is the most fun of it all.
Come on, Marcus. Take it. Don't let the water control you. It's in your head.
So many people came from so far away, and just to see all of their faces having a good time at the place that we enjoy all the time is just amazing. Once we got all three lines connected for the tri-line, the floating dock was underneath, the A-frame was sturdy, and it actually looked like it was working really well.
Throughout the afternoon, a pressure system started to move in, and the wind really started to pick up.
So people started to bet. How long do you think it's gonna last?
The wind just started raging, and once one barrel popped out, the rest of them came loose, and it did not stand a chance. 1 minute we had a tri-line going out to a raft, the next minute we were just hoping to get the wreckage onto the shore. After our first day waterlining, we all felt pretty hurting and like we had put in a lot of work and not really gotten much out of it. And then we set up camp down here and we look up and there's the chief. And we're really just kind of questioning to ourselves, why did we ever decide to rig twice? Like, why didn't we just go up the chief? We knew right then that we had made the wrong decision.
When you show up to one of Spencer's projects, you can never really be sure exactly what you're getting yourself into. That's why it's fun to kind of observe new people who just show up to see what it's all about. Because they figure out pretty quickly that if they stick around just long enough, they might end up doing something that terrifies them.
Oh, that was so good!
But that's also the coolest part, isn't it? If you want to get involved, all you've got to do is show up. Someone who kind of just showed up out of nowhere came to the same day that Spencer took a raft over the waterfall. and later that same day let Spencer tie her and her younger brother into a rope swing. Her name is Mia, and Mia's been showing up a lot lately.
Personally, when I had some fun was in the morning, and we knew we had to get there early before the wind, and when we showed up, the lake was like glass. As Mia has progressed, she's always been very afraid to take a leash fall, but as soon as she gets over that fear in her mind, she's just gonna take off. Mia was just crushing. Like, Mia's crazy good. It's amazing to see her ambition to go out and try, and now she's going out trying and crushing. Yeah, the plan now is I'm going to reassemble the dock so that we don't have to carry the material out, and it'll be fun to just paddle up the lake, seeing how the wind's going the other way today. It's nice. Then we're going to de-rig, and then we're going to go up the Chief first thing tomorrow morning. I don't even know why we came here. There's so much work for so little pleasure. We're just teasing ourselves. We're walking these lines with the leash on. Might as well just be highlining, right? Yeah, we should have done that for 2 days.
Lindy's going in.
It's a success.
How many people?
I'm not sure. I wasn't counting. I was just holding on for dear.
Close to like 12 or 14 or something.
Bounce it. I kind of want to just go highlining.
Yeah.
I think that'd be better saving energy for that.
What are you making?
Leashes. This one's called tethered.
Tethered.
Tethered. Dun, dun, dun.